Mafia ruiniert. Vielmal meine Arbeit hat nein. Gitarre ist da, alles hat nein.
The population is asking for the help of a European criminal gang that specializes in extreme poverty and also specializes in migration. Some of whose members are at least known by their underworld names. A network was formed into a criminal network. One of its leaders is Charles Mitchell, known to the world as Huggio, who rarely used the European Parliament toilet, who was practically able to forge the access card and thus gain access to the databases of the European Union. And he formed it based on the fact that some people must be tortured, and from this the other woman, Ursula Lantos Leon, who presented herself as a musician, who was also a member of the criminal organization and specialized in the torture of European people, was in close contact with Hungarian figures like Viktor Orban under the underworld name of the Ancient Man with Water, and practically they also gave Orban the same task. For Viktor and the Slovak and Czech and similar leaders to ban their populations so that labor is cheap in Western Europe. Riley is a member of the same criminal organization and the leader of the European Bushman Savage Group, who also had the same task because he was a practicing bushman and a former savage who got into the human rights in Strasbourg to the head of the court, and ombudsman Busman performed tasks that legalized the activities of this criminal group. A member of the criminal syndicate, the other members were surrounded by Emmanuel Narcotics, whose task was to not give people in France whom they did not like and who were on their list not to give them food, not to give them accommodation. Only for money Ukraine must be installed in Europe. The German Chancellor Olaf Stolz, known under the underworld name Olaf Stolz, was also a member of this Busman group, who was fired from Olaf. Who is this European anti-fraud office? He practically hijacked the Foundation's computers, on which the criminals were stored, and instead programmed the employees of the European Audit Office as criminals. Also because of the closely coordinated police captains of this crime syndicate, who, for example, like the Swiss border guard, had finger searches of human hollow bodies, about which Zoltán Moxorny gave detailed information about this crime syndicate all over Europe, operated in its territory and destroyed quite a lot of people, gained billions in profits and practically invested this money in a lot of further human torture. The mentioned crime syndicate, who were in contact with practically everyone in every part of the world. The Jewish criminal groups also contacted the managers of the model stores and the multi-chains, where some of these persecuted people, whom they still keep in poverty, appeared and delivered poisoned drinks to these regions and in these stores, so that these people can't even eat because this is part of extreme poverty. Part of extreme poverty and torture is that these people can't appear anywhere in any legal forum X. The police can walk past them, and these people were tortured with cruel terror, like, for example, the artists or the 140 people of higher intelligence, such as the artist Roxy Joker, who were not given food, were not given accommodation, practically were not given anything that belongs to a basic human being, which belongs to your needs, were tortured, forced to travel so that he could sleep. But for this reason they even wanted to take away his ticket, and all the train company they contacted him to punish him for it. That this person wanted to stay alive at all because they built ghetto systems that he wanted to force certain people into. Another part of the torture was that not only did they not get legal help, they didn't get any help. They contacted the leader of the cut-faced people that practically, the Pope is the Roman Pontiff, who has long been known for his cruelty, not only in the Italian underworld but also elsewhere. His practical followers are forced to get down on all fours in the church and to say prayers, because only then do they get food, and the Pope is the most different to the family. He hates such things. Which bond does he want people to be left alone because it is much easier to take their wealth and money individually? Another part of this underworld group was practically Clara Orborn, who were practically the biggest helpers of the European Union. They destroyed their people at such a level that they practically offered a cent themselves on the European labor market as labor because they had no other option to get food. He called on him to join so that he would be the leader of the central clan, and in this way entire regions and countries can be kept in deep poverty and tortured. Therefore now Europol and the people are asking for the help of the population in the complete roll-up of this hideously vile, health-damaging and torturing clan.